Good morning. Getting that work in. Give you guys a minute to hop on. See who hops on. Appreciate everybody that comes and joins me in the morning for a little bit. A nice little morning chill, which is good. Now we're just a couple of weeks away from the fall. My favorite season of the year. My favorite season. What is going on? Good morning. Good morning. Now, just put it bluntly, yesterday, Red Sox were not good yesterday either. They were 3 for 19 runners in scoring position, but they took advantage of the opportunities more than the Yankees did. All right? And it's still there's still stuff left to be desired in the Yankees bullpen. They need Ryan Yarbrough back. They need Fernando Cruz back. There's no doubt about it. Good morning to everybody in the chat. They need these guys back. And I'm not surprised why they got guys like Kenta Maeda and Paul Blackburn, even though people call him dumpster dives and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's pretty clear that, I don't know how long I've been saying it for a couple of years, that teams that have to have a couple of folks who can serve as long relief are better off. Ryan Yarbrough is clearly going to be lefty long relief, but maybe Blackburn and Maeda is the righty long relief, right? Because Camille Duvall, while he has a big arm, he still has a lot to work on, right? And hopefully this offseason, they'll do that with him. He clearly needs to refine his release points, because while he can strike out a lot of guys, he can sure walk a lot of guys too. And that's not what we need for relievers. We need relievers that can attack the strike zone, right? Attack the hitter. So, I mean, we kind of have an idea what the offensive plan is, right? From Brian Cashman. Assemble enough guys with enough power to get them in the postseason and be mostly reliant upon that. But it's pretty clear that the teams that we're struggling with are displaying more balance, more athleticism, more aggressiveness on the base pass, right? More versatility, which is why I would be deploying, while I was glad to see Ryan Cashman acquire Jose Caballero and Ramiro Rosario at the deadline, we've got to utilize these guys, find a way to utilize them more often, right? There's no doubt about that. Good morning, good morning. We've got to find a way to utilize them. You guys hear me? I want to make sure the chat's not moving. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I'm going to put something in the comments, if you can. There we go. All right, good. Good. And which is why I'm hoping to see Caballero. And the fact of the matter is, too, the home run, the guys that mostly rely upon home runs tend to have more 0 for games, right? 0 for 3, 0 for 4, 0 for whatever, or for multiple games than the guys who put the ball in play more often. Caballero, Ahmed Rosario, some of these types of guys. And we got Garrett Crochet on the mound tomorrow. We've got Brayan Bello today against Max Fried. We obviously need Max Fried to give some more length today. Now, the Red Sox starter only gave 4 2/3 yesterday. We only got 5 out of Luis Hill. And then we used a lot of the relievers. And for the most part, weren't that great, with the exception of Tim Hill. But I think one reason, too, that Paul Blackburn's here and Kenta Maeda, too, is at some point one of them will be brought up, and Paul Blackburn's already in the damn clubhouse, to give Luke Weaver a break. So that now we're having to lean on him as long relief, right? He looks a little gassed. Luke Weaver. Looks a little tired. And I want to give him a break as well. So I'm okay using Blackburn or Maeda if we can get a couple innings out of them to preserve some of the bigger arms so that we're not having to use Weaver too much or Bednar too much, right? Just like I said recently, you know, we want our bats to be fresh. We want our arms to be fresh too for September and October. There's no doubt about it. And again, I'm hoping that Calpe, and right now, honestly, you can sit Volpe a day, you can sit Jazz a day, you can sit McMahon a day, right? And give these guys, that's at least three times Caballero can play. And you can mix and match Rosario too. You can give some of these guys a break too in the outfield. That way you're not having to play Stanton. I know you want Stanton's bat in the lineup, I get it. But he also has offers. Hit some huge home runs, no doubt about it. But want to preserve his legs, right? His health. For the stretch run, we got to give him a break too. As much as I'd love to have him. All right, backing up full speed here. Not even paying attention. This car is right here. Behind me. Sorry, guys. So, we got to give these guys a break, man. We've got to utilize the other depth pieces that we have. And what's the point of bringing in these speedy, athletic guys if we're not going to use them against a team that's speedy and athletic like the Red Sox, like the Blue Jays, right? These are the teams that give us the most trouble. This is where we need to deploy our most annoying weapons. You see pretty much all the time Caballero's on base, wrecking havoc on the base pass. He's stealing bags, he's putting the ball in play, whatever it is. We've got to use Rosario too. And I'm hoping that if Rosario's not playing today, that he's playing tomorrow. He was in the dugout ready to go last night. I would have deployed him over Jazz Chisholm. Caballero over Jazz Chisholm. Especially after that at bat where Ben Rice hit that triple. We got two awful at bats from Chisholm and Paul Goldschmidt. I'd rather have a guy that's going to put the ball in play. At least, at the very least, put the freaking ball in the air. In the outfield. To give Rice a chance to tag up. Not like it would have made a difference because Roman Anthony hit a 2-run home run off of, was it De Los Santos? So, which made it 6-3. At that point, I kind of figured that was the Yankees' opportunity to kind of claw their way back. And once that happened, unfortunately, I had confidence in their ability to come back after that, which I hate to say, but it was true. Right? And maybe, again, I don't know if analytics is pushing Boone's buttons when it comes to the bullpen. I have no idea. I wish we did know, but we don't. So, my common response is, if I don't know, I'm not going to just resort to blaming people for some reason, for no reason. I'm blaming people who I don't even know what the hell I'm blaming. So that's the point. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. But you guys let me know what you think, man. Really. I think, like I said too, we've said it for a long time, analytics is taking some of the human element out of the game. Like, even Joe Girardi didn't have to deal with analytics the way that Aaron Boone does. Which made him look like a master in bullpen usage. Right? He also had Mariano Rivera. He had some of the he had some of the best ever. So it's an advantage to him. We don't have Mariano Rivera here. But these areas right now where if I'm them, and I'm not them, but this is how it would kind of go back at the Red Sox today. And again, the Red Sox offense was not good yesterday. They just took advantage of the few opportunities they had, which is timely hitting. And again, you can go 3 for 20, but if those 3 hits are hit at the right time and put you in a position to win the game, that's all that matters. People can trash the 3 for 20, right? They won the freaking game. This was a winnable game for the Yankees last night. Definitely a winnable game. But we can't change that now. And what can they do to kind of triage this for tonight? They played 7:05 tonight, I think it is. We need Max Fried to give us some more length. We need our bats to be more aggressive. We need to be more aggressive on the base paths, right? In fact, get Caballero in there. Please, get Rosario in there. More than one game. I don't want to just wait until we have a lefty pitcher. We're facing a lefty pitcher to put Rosario in there. We've got to give him some semblance of regular playing time so he stays sharp against lefties. Probably the hardest place in the world to stay sharp is at the major league level. You don't play regular and you got to face these flamethrowers every single day. It's going to be really hard to do. You know, but again, that's just my take on it. Try to bring some type of perspective to this instead of just trashing people, which brings no value at all. Now, but you folks, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm almost done with my cardio component here. Do a 2-mile brisk, like a run walk after I do my strength training. I did a lot of functional stuff this morning. How you doing, man? All right. All the neighbors are around walking their dogs. And that's my take on what I think would be a good idea for the Yankees to employ tonight. Right? Try to be productive about this and utilize the weapons that the freaking Red Sox utilized against us. Right? When we beat the Rays at their own game, we swept them. Whether by a little or a lot. Got to display the same type of tactics against the Red Sox, who are a tougher team than the Rays are. More balanced team than the Rays are. Right? That's a fact. And that's why I'm hoping to see some differences in the lineup tonight. I really am. And I don't know if analytics is the one that's suggesting Caballero and Rosario, or if Boone is the one who wants them. I have no idea. All I know is they're constantly working together every day and having a back and forth on how to put a lineup out, the most effective lineup. Right? Beyond that, we don't know. But I wish it wasn't the case. We know other teams use analytics, but they seem to use them in a different way. I don't know if analytics penetrates team functions as much as it does here with the Yankees. This is one thing, like I said the other day, if you're going to have post-game press conferences, you're going to put Boone to the fire, have somebody from analytics sit up there with him and defend why this person's in there and not that person. Boone wanted the other guy, we wanted this guy. It didn't work. You should be up there to defend it and explain why. Not just have Aaron Boone facing all the fire. That isn't fair. That's baloney. I doubt it'll ever happen, but it would be nice, wouldn't it be? All right. But what's going on, everybody? Yeah. Well, see, looks like Rice handles Hill and some of the other pitchers better at this point than Wells. My guess is that's why they benched him. And I mean, it gets hot. One game isn't really getting hot. He had one really good game, in my opinion. So, which I would have been pretty confident that he would have had an offer yesterday too. But could have been wrong. I think Ren Rice is probably a better matchup for Luis Hill. And Luis Hill, I mean, he kept him in the game. I think he worked a little bit harder than we would have liked, but he gave him 5 innings, 2 runs, I think, or 1 run. 1 of them was earned. So he kept the Yankees in the game, put them in a position to win. The Yankees just didn't take advantage of the opportunities that they had. And Lucas Giolito, credit to him, he kept the Yankees off balance. I watched him last night, like, he's got a funky windup, man. Really funky windup. But he kept the Yankees off balance. He did. All right. That's one night, Jonathan. One night. We need the Yankees to be better tonight. We need them to employ different tactics tonight, employ different weapons. So I wouldn't just use one game to judge everything just yet. I think it's personally, I think it's a better. I understand where you're coming from, Jonathan. I think it's personally more effective to use a longer stretch of games to give us a better idea of what type of trend the Yankees are undergoing or having or whatever, right? No. But again, that's just me. That's just me. Wet grass. Well, that's yeah, and they didn't have the guys in there yesterday that could steal bags. Like Caballero's in there, he steals bags. Use that freaking weapon. And like I said, you steal second, somebody gets a single, he scores. You stay at first, somebody gets a single, he stays at second, or someone else stays second, or maybe moves to third, right? That's why stealing bases is such an important part of the game. That's why we have guys here that can steal bags. We can utilize them. Like, utilize these guys, seriously. Good morning, Kenneth. I'm going to wrap this up in a second. I got to go in there and get ready for the day. But let's see what happens today, gang. Really. Let's see what happens today. We need better play from the Yankees. We need more aggressive play. We need more balanced play from the Yankees. We need them to use some more athleticism today, in all honesty. We really, really do. And that's true too. Yeah, stop making errors. We've got to do better in the field. I mean, it was Rice, Hill, Chisholm, and someone else. Goldschmidt made the errors. Volpe didn't make the errors. McMahon didn't make the errors. So my guess you'll probably see Caballero in there today. You'll probably see Dominguez in there today. Use our speedy, athletic guys as much as we possibly can. And I'll give Jazz an off day, Lorenzo, yes. Give him an off day. He can have a great day, but, he's like this, and this is where I would bench Caballero. Every time you have him in there, he's been pretty effective for the Yankees. Utilize that, man. Utilize it. 100%. 100%. But go have a great day, gang. Thanks for spending some time with me this morning. Today's another day. All right, let's see what the Yankees lineup looks like. Let's see if any news comes out. But don't be surprised if Paul Blackburn's in there tonight. He's in the clubhouse. I don't think they made a corresponding roster move yet. But if they do, they do. That's if they do make a roster move. I would be confident that Blackburn will be in there. But we'll see what happens. All right. Bottom line is the Yankees need to pitch better. They need to defend better. They need to hit better. Right? All across the board. And again, yesterday was a fundamentally sloppy game. So, got to get better at that today. So let's freaking do it. Any news comes out, you'll get it from here.